What if I told you that a single $100 bill could become the foundation of your first $100,000? Not because it's some magic number, but because of what it represents. You see, most people spend $100 without thinking twice. Dinner, shoes, gadgets. But the people who unlock wealth, they see $100 as a seed. And when you understand how to plant that seed, nurture it, and let it grow, your entire financial life begins to transform. According to Fidelity, people who invest just $100 a month early on can end up with hundreds of thousands by retirement, without ever earning six figures. This is the $100 rule, a simple shift in mindset that separates those who wish for wealth from those who actually build it. Let's unlock it. The problem: why most people stay broke. Every month, millions of people say, "I'll start saving when I earn more." But that's the first trap. Wealth doesn't begin with income. It begins with intention. Imagine two people. One earns $3,000 a month but saves nothing. The other earns $1,000 but saves $100 each month. Fast forward 2 years. Who's wealthier? It's not the one with more income, but the one with discipline. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a habit problem. They treat $100 as disposable, instead of seeing it as the first brick in their financial freedom. And that's exactly why most never escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. The truth is, money doesn't multiply in your wallet. It multiplies in your mindset. The origin of the $100 rule. The $100 rule comes from one simple truth. Every financial empire begins with a single deliberate act. Warren Buffett bought his first stock at age 11. He didn't start with millions. He started with $114.75, his entire savings. That first step wasn't just about buying a stock. It was about becoming the kind of person who builds wealth intentionally. The $100 rule says this: every $100 that passes through your hands is a test. Spend it carelessly, and it disappears. Use it wisely, and it multiplies. This isn't about luck. It's about choosing how you direct your money. Because when you learn to master small amounts, you prepare yourself to manage large ones. How to turn $100 into your first $100,000. So how do you turn that $100 into your first $100,000? It starts with 3 simple stages: save, invest, and grow. Stage 1. Save intentionally. Every time you earn, take $100 aside. Not after the bills, not after the fun, before everything. That single act trains your brain for discipline. It tells your subconscious, I am someone who builds wealth. And once that identity starts forming, every financial decision you make begins to shift. Stage 2. Invest strategically. Your first few $100 bills aren't meant to sit idle in a savings account. They're your building blocks, your foundation. Invest them into assets that create opportunities, a course that upgrades your skills, equipment to launch a side hustle, a diversified stock or index fund, a small business idea that generates income. Each $100 becomes a seed, one that can grow into $200, $500, or even $1,000 over time. And when those seeds begin to bear fruit, that's when the real momentum starts. Stage 3. Grow exponentially. When your investments begin to pay off, don't spend the returns, reinvest them. That's how compounding begins. At first, the growth feels slow, painfully slow. But compounding is quiet power. It's invisible for years, and then suddenly it explodes. Here's what most people don't realize. If you invest just $100 a month and earn an average 10% return, in 30 years you'll have over $200,000. And if you can increase that habit over time, from $100 to $200, then to $500, you'll cross the six-figure mark much sooner. The secret isn't speed, it's consistency. Real stories. How the $100 rule changes lives. Emma used to spend every extra $100 on clothes and takeouts. One day she decided to apply the $100 rule. She used her next $100 to buy an online design course. 1 year later, she was freelancing, turning $100 lessons into $1,000 projects. Her skill paid her for life. Then there's Jake, a college student who saved $100 a month for 10 months. He used it to buy a used camera and started making short videos for local businesses. Today, he owns a media agency and earns more each month than some executives. That's the power of using your $100 to create income, not spend it. And Ethan? He started with nothing but a notebook and an idea. He used his first $100 to print motivational posters and sell them online. That tiny seed grew into a six-figure e-commerce brand because he understood one truth: $100 spent on comfort disappears, but $100 spent on creation multiplies. The science behind it. Every time you choose to save or invest instead of spending, your brain releases dopamine, the same feel-good chemical that rewards pleasure. Except this time, it's linked to progress, not impulse. You start to feel good about growth instead of consumption. And that shift, from instant gratification to long-term reward, is the foundation of wealth. The $100 rule rewires your brain to seek expansion instead of escape. And once that happens, you start to see opportunities everywhere, in your work, your habits, your time. You begin to understand that every dollar you control has the potential to create more. The choice that builds freedom. So the next time a $100 bill passes through your hands, stop and ask yourself, will this $100 disappear, or will it build something? Because wealthy people don't see money as something to spend. They see it as something to deploy. A tool, a soldier, an employee working for their freedom. That's how real transformation happens. Not by luck, not by chance, but by choosing again and again to make every $100 a step toward financial independence. You don't need to be rich to start. You start to become rich. And if you stay consistent, if you keep planting that $100 seed over and over, one day you'll wake up and realize your small habits turned into a financial forest. You'll look at your account and see not just money, but proof that discipline works, proof that wealth is built, not found. Your first $100,000 isn't built on one big move. It's built on hundreds of small ones, each one deliberate, each one intentional. So don't wait for a miracle or a perfect moment. Your path to freedom is already in your hands, literally. The next time you hold a $100 bill, remember, it's not just money. It's the seed of your future. Start your $100 rule today, because your first $100,000 starts with the next $100 you choose to use wisely. If this video sparked something in you, carry it forward. Like, share, and subscribe to Motivation Arcane for more wisdom that fuels your mornings and transforms your days. And if you're serious about mastering your financial mindset, don't miss our last video. Financial literacy will change your life. Powerful motivational speech. It's the perfect next step on your journey toward freedom, discipline, and true wealth.